If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. Oh, you need to see this. This newest accessory that has been created, conveniently or coincidentally, goes around your wrist so that you can be scanned, so that people know if you got the old jabberoo. Isn't that really, really cool? Oh, wait, no, it's not. And on top of that, what have I been saying for years and years on my channel? You remember when I covered Tomorrowland and those concerts and events that they were having where they were doing cashless? You know, the whole event over the whole weekend period was cashless. People were putting money on a bracelet, wearing the bracelet. This is all predecessor for this thing known as the mark, which they don't like us talking about anymore. How convenient for something they believe is fake. They tell us we can't talk about it. Let's just go over that. I'm going to show you this product in a clip in a minute, but just remember this before you watch this video clip, which will blow your mind. Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 through 17. And he causes all, the small and the great, and the rich and the poor, and the freemen and the slaves, to be given a mark on their right hand or on their forehead. And he provides that no one will be able to buy or to sell except the one who has the mark, either the name of the beast or the number of his name. Now, this is on the wrist, not in the hand, but they're getting close enough. And remember, folks, sooner or later, you're not going to be able to buy or sell without the jab, because they're going to make you only be able, you're only going to be able to go into restaurants, to stores, to make purchases if you're jabbed. Otherwise, you're going to be shunned, which I'll show you in a separate video, which is pretty unbelievable. But keep that in mind as you watch this nonsense.
Only accessory brought into our lives by the pandemic. Now there's a bracelet that lets you access your vaccination information digitally. Joanne Pileggi joins us live with more on this. And Joanne, I understand we're already seeing some people wearing these things in our area.
That's right, Shayna. Good evening, everyone. If you want, there is now another way to show and prove that you've been vaccinated. It's in the form of an ID bracelet, and one Philadelphia restaurant is making sure all of its employees have theirs.
To go, please.
As Central American specialties sizzle on the grill at this Reading Terminal restaurant, notice the employees, all of them, are wearing a blue bracelet.
No, I didn't notice. No, I thought it was a fashion statement.
Not at all. It's a new ID bracelet with a QR code that proves you are vaccinated, something that was important to restaurant owner Sophia DeLeon, who bought them for her employees.
We partnered with Immuniband to upload our vaccine cards, and we're a band that lets customers know that we're all vaccinated.
That's the beauty, isn't it? Yeah.
Immuniband is a wearable ID for anyone who wants it. Dr. Tashoff Burton developed the product with the help of his son, a Wharton School grad, and made the connection to El Mercury.
As we come back together as a society, it's nice to have a way to tell each other, I'm safe and I've been vaccinated.
So, how does it work?
You get the Immuniband, you upload your card, and it's with you all the time if you want it. You just pull up the QR code.
The information housed with it is password protected. What do people think?
I think it's a good idea. Yeah. And sure, in a place like this, if I saw the band, yeah, it would make me feel a little more secure or something.
I guess I have a little problem with wearing something that's dedicated to your health on your wrist to show things, though, But
that gentleman said he thought it was a good idea, and I'll have to be honest, I ran into somebody today. When I talked to him about the bracelet, he said, bad idea, and he said he was never going to get the vaccine. That was some surprising news, but I guess that's the way some people feel. If you're interested in it, you can check our website for more information.
Well, Breaking news, the guy at the end who refused to get the jab is actually me. They interviewed. No, I'm just joking around. I wouldn't be caught dead in Philly. Who would? But no offense to anyone from Philly. Just joking, I think. Ugh. Fly, Eagles, fly. Barf. You heard that there. Then you also heard a man early on, right, talking about how it was a fashion statement. I just had to get that out of the way. I guess that guy thinks a fashion statement is getting together with his coworkers in a hotel room and them all wearing diapers with pacifiers in their mouth. Because a fashion statement, this thing on your wrist, I think not. But this is frightening, okay? But this is where it's headed towards. I've talked about the jab card, right? A lot of people were faking the jab card. It was something that wasn't digital. They were panicking to make it digital. But what was the CDC and everybody telling everyone? Don't post pictures of your jab card in your selfies that you take after you get the jab. So they were excited because everybody's been posting. They've pretty much told the celebrities the protocol. When you get your jab, even though, do you think they're really getting a jab or do you think they're getting water? Excuse me. I need water is what I meant to say. When they get it, they post a selfie of them getting it, right? That's the protocol that they've told all their Masons, all their buddies. This is social engineering. But what was happening is that people, common folks, were copying because monkey see, monkey do, and that's what these dumb zombies do. They were getting them and posting pictures of themselves, trying to pretend like they're great people because they're just complete morons, and they were actually showing the card. CDC and everybody got worried because people were making dupes of the card. Because all you had to do is just show someone the card with your time and your appointment. No way somebody could make that up, right? Without an actual scan. Now they're trying to get this digital. And by getting it digital, before they can get it implanted or anything in you, what do we have? We have a bracelet, like I said earlier. These are things that they do to subconsciously prepare people for any type of chip implant inside of their body. That's what the cell phone has turned to, right? The phone, which then turns into, we have Google Glasses and these other things that people, that these companies have already developed but are pretending they're developing. They just have to wait until they think that people are prepared for the rollout. That's exactly why, by the way, this whole thing is happening now with the outbreak. This has been planned forever, but they were waiting until they figured they could get away with this when people were socially engineered enough. And they are. Because we're seeing people lining up for this, believing in something floating around that's not floating around at all. So, right? The phone, obviously, then you get the phone, which turns into what? The phone turns into the iWatch, right? All of this stuff, it's just gradually breaking down and heading towards your hand. How convenient. Just like the book of Revelation says. And of course, like I said earlier, wanting to ban people from going to events and things like that. And this is an article I'm going to cover. I'm not going to even show you the article now because I don't feel like blocking it out. But somebody posted this on my website. I want to thank them for doing that. USA Today. This is from yesterday or this morning. It says it's time to start shunning the jab hesitant. They're blocking herd immunity. And the whole article is pretty much bashing how we shouldn't be allowed to go places. We shouldn't be allowed to do any of that. And what does that all end up becoming? Sure, it starts with you shouldn't be able to go to a concert, right? I mean, I know everyone out there will go, well, big deal. We don't want to go. Well, agreed. I don't want to go. But it starts that way. They're not immediately going to go, you can't go to the grocery store. But that's how it's going to trickle. They're going to start getting people used to being around only those who are jabbed. They're going to see that they have the bracelet on, or the mark, or whatever you want to call it. They're going to see these things, and then they're going to feel disgusted and want to stay away from people such as you and such as me. Because we don't have it. They're going to want us banned from places because they're going to be engineered to feel that way without even using their brains to think that if they have it, they should be protected. But because the CDC and all these people tell them, no, you're still not fully protected, they want to point a finger at us, and it's pretty much the middle finger, even though we should be pointing that at them for being so dumb. And they want to point a finger and blame us because we're blocking herd immunity. This is how basic mind control works. This is what the CIA does. This is how... this is how they work. This is it. This is really easy stuff to see for those who have eyes to see and ears to hear. All right? So we've gotten to this point where face masks aren't the only accessory. This is the whole rollout with this immuniband, which, of course, the only purpose an immuniband would serve would be to urinate on it because, I mean, it's just an absolute joke that this is even happening. But face masks aren't the only accessory, according to this article about Immuniband, brought into our lives by this outbreak. Now there's a bracelet that lets you access your jab information digitally. A Central American specialties sizzle on the grill at that restaurant that you saw. You may notice the employees are wearing the bracelet. As you heard, it was mandatory for the employees. The ID bracelet with a QR code proves that you've been jabbed. It's something that was important to the restaurant owner and the guys who created it. The guy who's creating it, of course, missing teeth, no surprise. But Immuniband is a wearable ID for anyone who wants it. And of course, look, they don't need to make stuff mandatory. Like I said, they need to squeeze and smoke people out. Oh, it's not mandatory to get it, but oh, by the way, you won't be able to buy groceries. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll just starve to death. I'll eat the grass. You know, I mean, can people not see how ridiculous this stuff is? And again, they're going to, point the finger at people like us, blame people like us. That's stuff I'm going to continue to cover. And of course, as you know, they really don't want anyone covering this. Anyone who's skeptical is a really bad person. And you've seen, people do videos attacking me for having an opposite opinion. It's like, they're like, it's not an opinion. You're denying science. You're being stupid. Why don't you just stop being stupid? Look, screw you. All right. When these people find out how dumb they are, I mean, I don't, if they ever do, if we ever see them, when the trumpet sound, everything goes down. Like, I'd love to see the face in some of these people when they realize how just how right we all are and how blessed we all are, too, that God reveals these things to us. It's a burden at times because we do get, we deal with a lot of people. It's annoying who attack, who are so dumb they won't listen, or just, seeing and watching fellow human beings go down this path is sad to a point. Nobody wants to see, people perish. Nobody wants to see people do this to themselves. I'm sure all of you out there who are listening have a family member who's gotten the jab or a friend, and despite you warning or talking about it, they've gone and gotten it, and I'm sure it bothers you. And look, I feel the same way. We're all in the same boat. So it's a blessing. God gave us these eyes to see and these ears to hear. He put us here at this period of time to be, more than just watchmen, to be voices and to try to help. And I look, anyway, I just, I know a lot of people out there are frustrated, so don't be frustrated. You're not, and if you are, just realize you're not alone. We're all in this together. So again, I want to remind everyone to join the website. And again, that's a great place, if you are seeking fellowship, to fellowship with other people. It's not just talking about this type of stuff that's going on. There's a lot of people who are, spiritually interacting with each other, sharing scripture, trying to, bring other people up or help educate people who have questions about things. Obviously, all of this stuff is shared over there as well. There's exclusive videos and that sort of thing. So definitely check it out if you haven't. It's $2.99 a month, but it's worth it. And again, who knows where I'll be tomorrow? Well, who knows where any of us will really be, but maybe the trumpets will sound today. Who knows? But obviously with YouTube and, the stuff they keep doing on my channels. And again, people are like, they're like, your channels aren't gone. First of all, my channel was deleted. My channel came back. It's completely shadow banned. I've said it a million times. If you can't listen, don't comment. I had 500,000 views 4 years ago. They're not sharing the videos. They're not letting people see the videos. The point of me staying on YouTube is to reach more people, the lost people. Okay? Having just the same group of people is wonderful for people who stick around, and I'm grateful for that. But I want to reach as many as I can. And that's the point of being here. So if they shadow ban channels, that's why I start new ones, so that more people can see it in their shared feed. Susan Wojcicki said it herself in the video that I posted last week, that channels that they deem not to be appropriate are not being shared on the platform. They're not going to show up in suggested videos. Thus, no one will ever find them. And I've shown a million times, you could even search my channels and videos attacking me come up before my own videos. So there you go. So again, check out the website if you haven't. Make sure you sub to my other channel. I'm gonna start uploading new content there as well. So you'll definitely want to make sure you're subscribed. It's linked below. It's in the description section. It's the red and yellow colored channel background. It's brand new. So definitely subscribe. Most of you probably aren't, but get over there if you haven't. I want to thank you guys for being here. God bless all of you and your families.